Hi and welcome to Trisha Channel, and in this video I'll be covering some of the alleged plot holes in the film Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness. Number 1. How do Billy and Tommy exist? The big twist to WandaVision is that Wanda didn't actually have kids. She created them with the power of her magic. While it made sense she couldn't have kids with vision, who's not human, Multiverse of Madness raised another more important question. How does Wanda from any other universe have children? Well, my answer to this is simple. The answer is that because in the multiverse the probability of them existing is good. For example, events that may have not happened in your universe will happen in another one, or at least one other universe. For example, in this universe you never get married and have kids. However, in the multiverse on another Earth, you do. So in these other universes, Wanda had a lover, or even, for example, 818's Earth, the Ultron program worked, meaning no evil Age of Ultron, meaning Wanda's path was different. And yes, this does mean potentially no vision due to no bad vision, or maybe, because no Ultron, or maybe Ultron became Vision and they fell in love, had kids, and then he later got killed by their Thanos. They had don't forget, they had the extra 5 years to do this, as there was no blip. As you can see, 818's Thanos didn't have all the stones, but either way, in some universe, if not all, they would exist. 2. What was Wanda's superhero name before she became this film? Multiverse of Madness establishes Wanda embracing the title of Scarlet Witch as a part of her becoming a darker character. But Wanda's superhero name has always been Scarlet Witch in the comic books. This begs the question, what was Wanda's previous code name? Well, to answer this, it was just Wanda. Don't forget, she didn't lead a superhero's life. She went off to live with Vision as a couple, of which they only made a return in Infinity War, due to the events that took place there. 3. What happened to Maria Rambeau? Simple. She's still alive, and I'm sure she'll turn up in future projects. 4. Wanda also killed Maria Rambeau in this reality. Maria has the same powers as Carol Danvers, and it's well known how indestructible Danvers is. A simple statue falling on her shouldn't have been enough to kill her, and if it was enough, what weakened Rambeau's powers? I despair at times. My reply is this: did no one watch the film or listen to the film? The Scarlet Witch, as stated by Wong, can affect reality. Hence, she took away Black Bolt's mouth, and if you watch her fight with Maria Rambeau, she strips her armour and her powers away before blasting her unconscious and killing her with the statue. Also, Captain Marvel is only invulnerable when powered up, e.g. her powers can be switched on and off like the flame of the Human Torch. Even with her powers, all Wanda had to do is switch her powers off, making her vulnerable. 5. Why is she the only Wanda to search for the Darkhold? Well, 1, to keep the film tidy and not over the top, and also because the other Wandas had kids. 616 Wanda, or our Wanda if you want to call it that way, only used the Darkhold to get back her kids. Number 6. Why didn't the Illuminati prioritise Wanda as a threat? because the Illuminati saw Doctor Strange as the only threat worth acknowledging, because their own Strange had caused an incursion. This wasn't an entirely baseless decision, but it turned out to be a costly one. Rather than work with this new Doctor Strange, who was trying to help them, the Illuminati chose to ignore him. There was nothing wrong with that, except Stephen didn't have the Darkhold. Wanda did. The threat was whoever possessed the Darkhold. Underestimating Wanda cost the team their lives. But then again, don't forget, Wanda in their universe never went dark or showed her true potential. Also, to be fair, they are kind of correct, because with variants like Strange Supreme from What if Doctor Strange hit his ultimate potential, he could be one of the most powerful and dangerous beings in the multiverse. However, also, people forget, in the comics the Illuminati were arrogant, and in the film they developed a grand hubris after the defeat of Thanos, albeit ironically that they wouldn't have been able to do it without their Stephen Strange finding the Book of Vishanti. Number 6, what happened to Vision? What happened to the Vision? Well, because the Ultron program worked on 818, there would be no evil Ultron, therefore no Vision project, because it was Ultron who wanted to create Vision. Also, White Vision is off somewhere trying to process the consciousness he just absorbed in WandaVision. His memory is broken like Logan's, or like a resurrected Mr. Spock. Number 7, why is Wong the Sorcerer Supreme? Oh my word. Again, does nobody not watch the films? The title falls upon the the successor after the previous one retires or dies. As explained in Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange was blipped, and because at the time they didn't know about a solution to bring people back, those who were blipped were declared missing or dead. Strange won't get that title now until he succeeds Wong, either through retirement, death, or because Wong deems him a worthy successor. The other variants weren't blipped by Thanos, therefore became Sorcerer Supreme in their universe. 8. Why did they take Comic Marvel's universe designation? There's a point in Multiverse of Madness that shouldn't have made every time I use this voice, that should make every comic book fan take notice. At one point, it's pointed out that the Illuminati's Earth is designated Earth 838. See, I got that wrong, sorry. Meanwhile, I thought it was 818, never mind. 838. Meanwhile, the MCU's Earth is designated Earth 616. This designation has to belong to Marvel's universe Earth from the comics, has belonged to this universe's Earth from the comics for decades. This is what is likely meant to be a shout out to the Marvel universe, but it also creates a tiny issue. It means that the Marvel Comics Earth can't exist in the same multiverse as the MCU's. This was much easier to figure out when the MCU was Earth 19999. Well, not quite, because the designation 19,999 was a studio designation for the films, and apparently had something to do with the date the MCU film started. not the in-universe designation. Also, just as calendars are different in vary in different cultures. If 616 mapped the multiverse, they may have a different designation Don't forget, even though our Strange comes from 616, wouldn't 616 inhabitants see their Earth as Earth 1, just as we see our universe as Earth Prime or Earth 1? Depends where you come from. Number 9. Why doesn't the other Doctor Strange variants have the Eye of Agamotto? Aha! Now this is a question. This is solely my question, because I've yet not seen or heard anyone ask this, nor seen anyone, not even the writers, answer it. So maybe someone could ask the directors and the writers of this whole phase, Marvel program, for an answer, because I want to know where it was gone. 10. How does the Darkhold still work on Strange? Near the finish of the movie, Stephen Strange is facing one of his worst enemies ever against his better judgment. He requires the power of the Darkhold. Despite his best efforts, Doctor Strange has to tap into the power of a book that has already corrupted 2 alternate universes' versions of himself. However, even though Strange has to use the Darkhold to confront Wanda, God, it's hot in here. At the end of the film, Wanda destroys the Darkhold in addition to destroying her reality's copy of the book. Wanda also destroys every copy of the Darkhold throughout the multiverse. So what opened Doctor Strange's third eye? What dark price is Strange paying, and to what? Well, the answer to that, well, it's simple. The third eye is what Doctor Strange had in the comics. It was the third eye of Agamotto. In the credit scene, you can see he now has full control over the eye, without causing pain, etc. Therefore, he has the full benefit of the eye minus the corruption. And yes, the pages still technically exist in his photographic memory, but Strange was destined to receive this since the first Doctor Strange, when the Ancient One pressed her thumb on the middle of his head and says, "Open your third eye." The third eye also is not a sign of evil, but of awakening. So it's likely that he has and retained the eye as he has reached the next level in his power, just like the other variants. This eye enables Strange to see many things like insight and to see through deception. 11. Why do so many alternate universes characters look alike? That is a good question, because in general not all variants will be the same, nor will they look the same. I think this is to fit the narrative of the story and not necessarily the physics. Number 12. Are all dreams windows into the multiverse? Yes is the answer. People are confused because of the dreams or visions that Tony had with Ultron, etc. The thing is, there's a big difference between visions and dreams. Also, Tony suffered from PTSD after the events of the first Avengers film, and which will affect the brain and how it functions, hence why PTSD can greatly affect a person's mental health and performance, like it did with Tony Stark. Also, in Avengers Age of Ultron, what characters see has to do with their deepest fears and possible futures in their own reality, are again visions, not dreams. 13. What happened to Wanda's boys in their own universe? Well, they disappeared, just like the reality that Wanda created herself. And yes, we can hear the kids call out for help pardon me, at the end of WandaVision. This is most likely the Darkhold deceiving her, just like the evil voices deceived Shang-Chi's father into releasing them from their cave prison. 14. Why does America Chavez steal the sling ring? simply because she didn't want Doctor Strange to chase after her. This is empathised when Wong teases that he still has his. 15. How do Strange and Wong remember the Spider-Man spell? Okay. Simple. Again, watch the films, people. Simple. The spell was so that people forgot who Peter Parker was. Not forget who Spider-Man was, but Peter Parker. 16. Why do some people look different in other universes? Same answer as question 11, and also it's more accurate to the probability of physics. Not all of your variations will look the same, nor would they be the same gender. So put simply, it's because the multiverse. 17. Where are all the visions? Well, I've answered that one in the previous questions. 18. Why doesn't Wanda care about Vision anymore? Well, she does. However, she's not aware of the events with White Vision and her Vision. Also, she is corrupted and being used by the forces of the Darkhold. She also mentions to Stephen how dreadful she felt when she had to kill her own husband in the Infinity Wars, and because Thanos brought him back, that act was meaningless. 19. How does America Chavez learn to harness her power? And the answer is because she always could. She just didn't know or had the right motivation. Our Doctor Strange didn't patronise her like the others did. He told her to look at events in a certain perspective, etc., therefore giving her the confidence to use her powers. She could always use them. It was just her state of mind that prevented her from doing so. 20. Is Wanda a Nexus being? Yes, this was established in a WandaVision. However, not all Wandas are Nexus beings, just as not all Doctor Stranges are Nexus beings. 21. Do mutants exist? In the multiverse, yes. And so too do Inhumans. Also, in the latest series, Miss Marvel is an Inhuman, not a mutant, as people say, an Inhuman, and so too is one of the agents in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Their absence is also mainly due to licensing rights. 22. What happens to Agatha Harkness? Simple answer is the spell is now most likely broken from WandaVision, and she'll turn up again at some point in the future. She's also technically not a bad guy. She works with Doctor Strange in the comics. Right. Where are the 23? Where are the TVA? Simple answer is alternative timelines is not the same as alternate realities. Don't forget, the multiverse was known since Doctor Strange 1 and before the Loki series. Also, with the result of Return of Kang, etc., we may find out in the future to the answer to this question with Ant-Man, or maybe in Loki season 2. 24. Are the Inhumans canon? This depends on if Black Bolt in the Multiverse of Madness is the same as the one from the series. But Miss Marvel is an Inhuman, so the species is canon. Also the agent from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. 25. One book of Ashanti versus multiple Darkhold. Technically yes and no. The original Darkhold was carved into stone, and Kafon and his acolytes made multiple copies as to try and spread his evil will from his dimension. These copies were insignificant, hence why Wanda's copy was easily destroyed. 26. How did Wanda find America? Because of the Darkhold. It told her about the multiverse and of a being like Chavez. If you also look at a burning page of the Vishanti as it disintegrates on the floor, it shows a star a star drawing that looks like America's portals, hinting that Chavez was one of the possible keys, not just to help Wanda, but to stop Wanda. 27. Sinister Strange tells our Doctor Strange that he's been killing other variants while dreamwalking. That's incredibly disturbing, and it's problematic. We have no idea how he did it or why, but more importantly, if he's been on a strange killing spree in the multiverse, why hasn't he ever triggered any incursions himself? Oh my god. Again, watch the film. The answer is explained in the film. He did it via dreamwalking. He jumped into the bodies of other Doctor Strangers and had them jump off a very tall building. And he did, in fact, trigger an incursion, hence why his world was being ripped apart. Because when they go there, Doctor Strange goes, oh, this is what an incursion looks like. Duh. Sorry. As 2028, Wanda has been interfering with the multiverse for months, searching for Chavez, and the way she went dreamwalking in the Illuminati reality was out of control. She wiped out an entire team of superheroes without even thinking twice. Yet this didn't create an incursion. At least not one that we're aware of. Moreover, Clea tells Doctor Strange he created an incursion, so he has to help her fix it. The MCU Strange travelled to two different realities with America's portals. Then he dreamwalked into his dead self from a third universe. And he still created an incursion? ? To answer both of these, Wanda didn't create a large enough footprint to cause an incursion. She also didn't send herself throughout the multiverse. She used other beings, like monsters and demons, to chase Chavez down. The incursion created by Strange was in the dark dimension itself. If you look behind Clea, the dark dimension looks damaged. This was caused when Strange bargained with Dormammu using the Time Stone, as warned by Wong and Mordo in Doctor Strange 1. Messing with the Time Stone on such a large scale can mess with the fabric of space and reality. Space-time and reality. 29. Destruction of the Darkhold, Wundagore Mountain. Wouldn't there be other Wundagores throughout the universe? According to physics, yes, but in the MCU, no. So anyway, there's 29 plot holes I could find mentioned on the internet and answer. I hope this has been useful, etc. And if you have any that I haven't mentioned or covered, then please put them in the comments section below, and I'll make a video covering them, okay? So anyway, if you like this video, hit the like, and if you haven't, then please subscribe. It'd be great to have you here. So until the next video, take care and be well.